Nice bull. Just shot a nice bull. Second day of elk season. I'll be walking in the dark by myself. There was a group of elk that Trav and I saw toward the end of archery season with a good, decent bull. So we want to see if they're still in there. I'm going to come from the top, and Travis is going to go from the back side and see if we can get them located. We got rifles in our hands, so all we got to do is see them.
Tom's heading up the next ridge over, and neither of us have an elk this year. We've been really busy working. We've only had a chance to hunt for about 4 or 5 days in the archery season. We found a nice bull up here in archery. We'd really like to get with a rifle, so just couldn't seal the deal with archery. We were close a number of times, but hopefully either Tom will push one over to my ridge, or I'll push one over to his ridge. Well, my elk hunt just turned into a wolf hunt. Whole pack was in the road right here. They're howling up the hill. I'm gonna get up there as quick as I can, set up and see if I can get a shot. Heading up the hill here as quick as I can. I've been chasing them all morning. They're howling up above me here, or trying to get above them. Look down on them. Just shot at that wolf laying down. What an ideal situation. I'm a little sick that I may have missed, but I rewatched the video and it looks like I might have hit her. I don't see how I could have missed. It's 300 yards. But I did have an absolute horrendous rest. Just a horrible rest. I should have taken more time.
Well, Trav just radioed me, and he said he shot a wolf, but he's not sure if he got a good shot on it. So he's tracking it down right now. I'm just going to keep elk hunting. Knowing that there's wolves here, though, there's a slim chance that the elk are here still. I think they've moved out. It doesn't take much. It just takes a wolf pack, and they'll move completely out of the country. So, but I'm already up here. Hopefully he got that. He thinks it's the alpha female. We'll just gotta keep on.
Well, this is where it hit, and I rewatched the video, and she was laying in front of this tree. I think by the way that the wolf was laying, that looks like a direct hit, kind of center punch. There's hair on both sides. There's hair here where it came out of the front, hair where the bullet shoved it in the ground, and hair back there. We've always had a really tough time finding blood with wolves because they got so much woolly fur, but 338 Ultra Mag should have done the trick. I did hear him fighting on down the hill, like growling and fighting and stuff, and I wonder if I should go down there and die, but it is going to be really hard for me to find it without a blood trail in this alder thicket, but I'm going to zigzag down through and try. Well, this is just 10 yards after I shot. Got a little bit of blood. That leaf specks.
Unfortunately, Travis was not able to find the wolf. October 12th, which is the third day of elk season. After our wolf encounter yesterday, we decided to go elsewhere, try somewhere new. It's kind of a short hunt though. Just gonna take my little bicycle out and do some glassing and maybe some bugling and a clear cut and then call it a day. And Travis is gonna basically hunt the same mountain but just kind of a different method. But just spreading out so that we can cover some ground. We both have an elk tag. Hopefully we'll get one. I'm on top of the ridge, just waiting for daylight. I'll start glassing. As I was working up the ridge that I was hunting, Travis himself got into action really quickly.
That's some good eating right there, but that bull's gonna be nicer. I'm gonna let him go.
A little bit later in the day, and I also got into action. That's a nice bull, okay. It's a nice 6-point. Nice bull. Just shot a nice bull. Just amazing. Stuck in the rut 2018. Got this dandy on the ground here. So hunted hard during the archery season. You know, normally what I do is I try locating bulls and stuff, but you know, I got a glimpse of a couple of big bulls. This was actually one of them. Then there was another big bull in a different drainage that I was kind of back and forth with during archery season. And to be honest with you, that's why I bought the rifle tag, because I knew this guy existed, and you know, a bull like this, just hard not to. So I ended up buying the rifle tag as well, so I came up here. First couple of days I wasn't up here. I just felt like this one here, even though I saw him during archery season, I thought I would never be able to get him with the rifle. And after 2 days of hunting and being discouraged, especially with a pack of wolves that moved into my other spot that I like to hunt, Trav actually snuck in and shot one of them. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find that wolf, but I know we put a good hurting on her at least. But that got us to, you know, that I just had to say to myself, well, there's only one place I can go now, is that one bull I saw during the archery season. So I decided to come up here and try to look for him, and I just can't believe I found him. I really can't. You know, with all this thick timber and then these old overgrown clear cuts, I just found this. I got him bugling, and I moved into this. It's about a 100-yard radius of an open cut here where nothing's growing. They must have just not planted it here. And I was like, well, he didn't sound like he was that far away, so I just started calling. It just, you know, always takes me by surprise when you get a bull like this walking up the ridge and comes in, and I pull up the gun. I saw he was a shooter, and I shot. And that has honestly been one of my, in a way, a dream. I've always wanted to bugle in an elk with a rifle. It always seems like in archery season you're bugling elk in, but rifle season it's more of a timber pounding or seeing a bull chance, or maybe hearing one but they don't come in. But this sucker was coming in to my bugle, and all I had to do was put the smack down on, put the crosshairs dead center, and he dropped. I was able to get in contact with Travis to bring a horse and mule up to pack the meat. Meanwhile, I worked the elk up and I packed the meat up to the trail. Well, my dad and older brother came to the rescue.
It wasn't supposed to rain, but it's raining.
Typical mountain weather. Thank you guys for helping me pack. horse and mule packed out the meat, and I packed out the rack.
Pack out my elk. Narrow. It's a good thing sometimes. Getting back to the pickup at midnight with Tom's bull and putting on around 18 miles that day with a morning hunt and helping Tom pack his bull out, I felt like a freight train hit me that next morning. I didn't really want to get out of bed, but I just had a feeling that I had to go because it isn't very often that the weather's just right and that the bulls are talking. I decided to try a new drainage, and it wasn't long and I had a bull bugling on his own. With the work overload this fall, Tom and I only had a couple days to try and get some meat in the freezer, and that is why we split up and we're self-filming. It's not as picture perfect as some of our other videos, but I'm hoping that you can still see the excitement. I snuck right up on the herd, and at about 50 yards right here, there's a cow elk that's got me pinned down. I had to lay down in this bare grass for about 10 minutes, and as soon as she went behind the hill, I snuck down real slow and got a glimpse of the bull's antlers moving through the timber. Oh yeah. Yes, that is a dandy. First shot was a good one. Don't want to ruin too much meat. Wow. I see a 7-point. Boy, am I excited. 2 big bulls in 2 days. Can't believe it. Bull down. I could just see his front shoulder and his antlers coming up through the timber there. Actually bugled him in. I had a cow at like 50 yards and I knew I couldn't go any further, so I had to sit there. I was worried about my wind messing me up, but the cow went over the corner, around the corner, so I took a couple steps and I could see his antlers coming up through this jack pine. Oh my gosh, I am excited. That is a nice bull. Well, I'm just so excited. I'm almost speechless. This is a dandy bull. He's a 7x7. This is the first 7x7 I've ever killed. Like I said last year on a video, that I had shot a 6x6, just typical 6x6s, every year since I was 13 years old, and I never had shot one with a 7-point kicker on it. And this guy's got a 7-point on each side. So I couldn't be more grateful that this all panned out and the wind was in my favor and my prayers were answered when I came down the hill and said that I just prayed that my wind was going to hold. And it blew every way but the elk, so this one must have been meant to be, but just a giant bull.
Travis called us on the satellite phone, and we came out to help him pack out his elk.
Got one, eh? Yeah. Nice one.
So I came down.
I got my bull yesterday. Trav got his bull today.
I just was sneaking along and I
Doubleheader.
wasn't coming in and I bugled again and he answered me back.
Nice one.
Still like
Make sure to subscribe for more Stuck in Rut videos. Thank you for watching. Next episode, I join my friend on his Idaho mountain goat hunt, so stay tuned.